Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you are new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. Today I'm going to continue using the Norn series. In my last video, I did a whole overview of the entire collection. I did 3 looks with the big palette, and that's as far as I got. So today I'm going to be using the 3 smaller palettes along with the highlighters, just so we can continue playing around and we can continue being inspired by this wonderful collection. So if you want to see the looks I'm going to create with the palettes and the swatches of the little palettes and the highlighters again, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. Definitely consider subscribing and joining the community because I would love to have you back. All right, let's get started. I hope you all are doing well. You know, and I mean that. In my last video for Mimosas and Makeup, I just did a whole overview of the entire collection. I'm going to link it above. This Norn series is by Oden's Eye. It's an indie brand. It is based off of the Norns sisters, which are characters in Norse mythology. And the collection consisted of this big palette and then these 3 mini palettes along with 3 highlighters. And that was the entire collection. And I did get a scarf that came with it. Oh, it's right here. Ugh. Got a little scarf that came with it too. So my overall opinion of what I tried in the last video, I just think that the whole collection was well thought out, beautifully packaged, and had a lot of meaning behind it. So today we are going to be looking at these mini palettes. The Norns are characters in Norse mythology, and they pretty much decide the fates of all living beings. Now, Norns with a capital N, I believe, refers to these 3 Norn sisters, and their names are Verdandi and Skuld. There are other Norns who are not as important in Norse mythology, and it's believed that they're almost like the guardian angels. You know, when you have like your angel and your devil type side situation, they're like that. But these ones right here, no. These are the ones you don't want to really be playing around with because they are the ones that decide the fate even of the gods. So they are very important characters. I believe they were also giants, and they take care of Yggdrasil, which is this very, very important ash tree which holds the 9 worlds. Okay, so you know, the belief is that everything is going to come to an end, including that tree, which is very important, but they do take care of that tree and water it and make sure that tree is all right. The 3 sisters, Verdandi and Skuld, their names basically represent past, present, and future. I don't know if they're visible to people or do they just stay at the well. It's not exactly clear, but I'm going to keep researching it because I love stuff like this. All right, let's get to it. Now we have Verdandi and Skuld. So again, their names pretty much refer to the past, the present, and the future. And we are going to be starting with the past. Now is, I believe, the oldest Norn. This is her palette right here. So pretty. And this palette has a shelf life of 36 months. Oden's Eye is also cruelty free. I think out of all 3 of the mini palettes, this one has got to be my favorite. I really love these earthy colors here in this palette, and I have mentioned before that Oden's Eye does make mini palettes in this style. This is not a new style, but it is a unique style. So we have Memory, Nostalgia, Golden Year and Time, Past, and Luxury. All right, which makes sense. So let's go ahead and swatch this baby. So we have Memory, which is a matte kind of, I'll say it's almost like a minty green. Nostalgia, which is more of an olive. Then we have Golden Year and Time. That's that double shade. I'm gonna swatch them separately and then see if we can swatch them together. But that's that bluish color. I don't know about this one. Time is, so I feel like, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and mess this up and swatch them together. So, well, that's what I just did. So I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mix them. I think that's gonna be your best bet there, because I don't know what I was just trying to do. Then we have Past, which is a very deep, cool brown. That's very nice. Now, I know in the last video I was getting some comments about the mattes and the swatches, but the mattes are gorgeous. They work perfectly, no issues at all. The last shade we have is this beautiful shimmer luxury. Okay, take me to the king and to the forest. Look at this. I like it a lot. This, hello, I like this a lot. This is a great color story. If you like earthy tones, this is gonna be for you. And I don't see anything wrong with this middle shade being light like this. It's gonna be a good topper, but I'm not sure about using it on its own. If I'm digging in, you can get some decent pigment from it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing all that. I'm gonna do just a full look with this palette. I will be using all of the colors and yeah, see what we think about it. In addition to that, I'm going to use one of the highlighters today. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Veil of Future highlighter with this palette, and it looks like this. And just to swatch it again. So this one is gonna be what I was calling the everyday type highlighter shade. So I think this is gonna go really nicely with this color story here. Let's get started on this look. Might even be able to talk through it. People are quiet right now. I don't know what's happening here. I will say though that I have worn the Oden's Eye shades all day, like to work, and they've lasted very nicely. So let's go ahead and we are going to start with the shade Memory. Memory is this minty color green. So I'm just gonna take the shade Memory and just see how that shows up. Ooh, okay. I'm really excited about this palette. Out of all three, I think I may have said that. Foresty, it's got that brown. It's just such an earthy palette. And I just love that because when I think about the Norns and I think about them sitting outside with the tapestry and this big tree with these roots and everything, I just feel like it really goes with the theme of the collection. But you know, this past, present, and future stuff, that's the one thing that I do struggle with is the past. The past is I struggle, and I know I am not in this boat alone. I didn't really, not until I got older, like when you realize like you couldn't change certain things. One of the things that I struggle with, I'm gonna use nostalgia next. I'm not gonna say it, but one of the things that I struggle with, I just felt like this would be I guess an okay time or a good time to share this. For those who are new, I do mention this from time to time. I don't like it to be like at the forefront of my channel, but I am a widow. I have been a widow for now 4 years. And you know, one of the things that I always look back to is like how I treated Mark, like, you know, and I know everybody makes mistakes and stuff like that in marriages, friendships, any type of relationship. But I guess for me, it's like when you can't go back and make certain things right, like there's nothing I could do to go back and do that. That's something that really, really, really messes with my brain, like on a consistent basis. And I know wherever Mark's spirit is, he's probably not like, he's probably like, Kara, chill out, like it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. I can hear him saying that. But I tend to be really hard on myself about the past, and I'll be like, especially with that, and it might be something I did like however many years ago, 5, 6, 7 years, you know what I'm saying? And that's why like one of my favorite quotes of all time comes from Alice in Wonderland, because I always say this to myself, where, you know how in Alice in Wonderland, she was, you know, she was drinking all that stuff and eating stuff and changing size and everything. And I think she was talking to the caterpillar, but she ends up saying something like, I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. She was literally a different person. You know what I mean? Like, she was a whole different person, different size, whatever. And I try to think of myself the same way. The things that I did, or the way that I may have acted, or the way I may have felt about certain things in life, it was the same me, but it was a different me. You know what I mean? Every single day shapes you. Your experiences shape you. Everything that's happened. And I can tell you, like, that sudden passing changed, I mean, as it should, my entire life. It changed my entire life. And, you know, one of the other things that I don't want to say blame myself for, but so my son Marky, he has autism. And I'm not saying blame like, oh, like he's bad offering. It's not like that. But, you know, he has his challenges and his struggles, and I hate to see that. I hate to see that. And I always wonder, because he was born like 3 weeks early, I always, and like, I know I'm doing okay because I can talk about both of these things right now without getting like super emotional the way that I usually do, because I'm just starting to come to terms with certain things. But I always wonder, like, was it something that I did? Was I doing too much? You know, was I too stressed? Like, is that why this happened? You know, and I'm like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, coulda did this, I coulda did that. And it's like, you will kill yourself staying in the past. That's the whole bottom line to what I'm saying right now, physically and mentally, because I've been there. I have been there. And I just thought, I'm putting this nostalgia shade underneath my eyes, just what's left on the brush. I just thought that when I saw these palettes, that it would be a really, really good time for me to share my feelings about the past and like my struggle with it, because I know I'm not by myself. I'm sure we are all kicking ourselves about things, you know? And the thing about it is, you know, you want to go back to the past so you don't repeat mistakes, right? I mean, I think that's why we visit it and we feel bad, or we've had feelings about things that we've done. But the reality for me is that staying in the past will stop you from living in the present. And that's where the real tragedy is. My camera is so rude. Talk about the car that's full. The real tragedy is focusing so much on your past, about what you did do, what you didn't do, and what you can't make right, to the point where you're not living in the present, where you might not be able to fix things with that particular person or situation, but you learn and then you apply what you learned to a new situation. Or you're able to share your testimony with somebody. Like, I mean, I didn't come on this video thinking I was going to talk about this, but that's just what my heart is telling me to do. My goal is to be more present, like to be able to, the reality is I'm human, so I'm not going to ever, it's not like I'm not going to have a time where I don't look back to the past and feel bad about certain things. But it's like that strategy of like, okay, Carrie, you feel like that, but what have you done since then? What have you done since then to show that, you know, you did learn that lesson? Because you have to kind of get yourself unstuck, because I get real stuck. I get really stuck on a lot of that kind of stuff. So ironically, we're going to dip into the shade Past. We're not going to get stuck there though. This is going to be like right here in this crease and outer corner. And I'm just going to take a little bit because it looks like it's pretty deep. And that way I can just kind of see. So you can't let that pass. You can't let it take over your present and your future, because then it'll never change. Like, that's why people be like, leave the past in the past. But that doesn't, it is way easier said than done to leave the past in the past. You can't leave it in the past, but you can take your past and you can make your present better from it. You can try. That whole be gentle with yourself and all that stuff, you know, that just naturally came because it's stuff I be trying to tell myself, like, girl, yes, that was a horrible mistake. But are you the only one that's ever made a horrible mistake? I hope not. That's it. So whatever, you know, you are struggling with, it's gonna be all right. I don't think you ever be at a point where it's like, I don't think about the past. I'm gonna always think about it, but just think about what you're gonna do with that. If you still have those feelings, like how can you, what would feel to you like you were making peace with that situation? So for me, it's like putting myself out there, letting other people know, oh, okay. Letting other people know, oh my God, I have been in your shoes, like, and it's real messed up. But we can get through it. I just messed up this area right here. And that makes me sad because I wasn't trying to do all that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I do like this. I really do like, you know what this reminds me of? Like a peppermint patty or junior mints. Junior mints? No, it doesn't. It doesn't remind me of either one of those things. It reminds me of those Andes candies. You know the Andes candies? The little real thin sandwiches, like the chocolate, but it's all chocolate. It's got that real thin layer. Yeah, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Them Andes. A-N-D-E-S. Like the Andes Mountains. All right, but I'm about to change that because we are now going to use this shade Luxury, which is this shade right here. Now, the one thing that there was in this palette, there was fallout, and I think that a lot of that happened because I was using my fingers for a lot of, you know, with the shimmer shade, but also there were some mattes in that big palette that had glitter in them. So I just think that it was that. I had on a Kaleidos highlighter. I mean, I had a lot going on. So I'm gonna try a brush and some setting spray today. I did say I found my like glitter shade, but now I don't know where that is again. I just found it like the other night and now I can't find it again. But we're gonna use this deep green Luxury shade and we're gonna try this on the lid. Oh, this shade looks so nice. The swatch looks so nice. And let's see what it looks like on the eye. And yeah. Would y'all say this is like a Christmas green? Like it's really pretty. Now I do like this a lot. I really do. There's just a nice sparkle and just quality, I think, to Oden's eye. The one complaint that most people I have heard have is that the color stories didn't speak to them, but they heard that the quality of the shadows were really good. So I would say, like, if you haven't tried Oden's eye, I think the big palette would be a nice one. But then if that was like 16 shades, so that's overwhelming, then the small one might be nice. But this is the big palette right here, and nice small pan sizes and nice looks that you can do. I've used all of the colors except the big shade in the center, so we're gonna find a place for that. Most likely it's gonna be the inner corner. Just gonna take a little more of this past shade and just go up in the crease again. Just smooth it out because this isn't like a cut crease or anything. So, all right, now let's see if we can get this shade to show up good, which is the Golden Eye and Time shade. Golden Year, but not Golden Eye. This is like a lip pencil. Yeah, so this is like I said, more of a topper. So it's good for here. It's good. I mean, you could probably pat it all over the lid and it would probably look nice. I think it would enhance any shade. Now, okay, now I like the blue side of it. But they are definitely two distinct shades. Okay, but I like the blue. And then I did put just a little bit of the green underneath, and I'm just gonna touch that up a little bit more with the Nostalgia shade because I didn't add any, I just used what was on the brush. But now we've used all the shades. Okay, so that is the look here. Nice and smoky. Here is the look without the light on, just so you can see like in real light. I definitely don't have as much fallout on my face as I did. So, you know, some shimmers, they'll say, oh, these look great when you use your finger. I think these, you can use your finger, but you probably need the glitter stay thing. But I feel like they work fine with a brush, is what I'm gonna say. Like a nice packing brush. So we are using, Veil of Future. Yes, okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead, remember this is the gold one, and just gonna take the brush and rub it all over, and we're gonna see if this is like a blingy highlight, or, you know, do you just need a little bit? Do you just need a lot? I think this one, like I said, is gonna be a great everyday. So, and I'm rubbing it, like it's not like a strobe highlight, like where it's gonna be real crazy. I think it gives you a nice little glow. And I know some people really aren't into highlighters like that. This one is sparkly. Oh my God, what is that? So you can see it right there. All right. Too much. All right, y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna put on just a nude lip. I'm going to put on my lashes and my liner, and that will be the end of look number 1. You can let me know what you think. Maybe we can rank them at the end and see which look we like the best. So I will be right back. Okay, you guys, here is the final look with the lashes. These are House of Lashes. My friend Kelly over at Keep Beauty Real gave these to me, and they are lasting pretty well. I actually like them a lot. But yes, what do y'all think about this look? This little smoky, foresty look. The eyeliner that I used just a plain gray eyeliner by ColourPop. It's called Hustler. Oh, lipstick. I have, and y'all gonna stop, cause those mini KK, where are my liners at so y'all can see them? Oh, right here. These right here, don't play, from her Christmas collection. 8-piece mini lip liner set. I do have on that, and I have on the Juvia's Place, one of the Juvia's Place nude matte. This is look number 1. So next we are moving on to Varandi. We are gonna move on to the present. So I'll see you in like a second. Hey guys, I'm back to do the second look now. For this look, I'm gonna swatch the Varandi palette. I am going to swatch the highlighter that I'm gonna be using, and then we're gonna get into some music because, I mean, I'm not trying to hold y'all. So Varandi is pretty much translated into the present, what is becoming. So that is where I am trying to focus my mind, my time, my energy. I'm really just trying to focus on the present, not be so stuck in the past, and, you know, focused on what's to come. I'm trying to be right here, right now. I feel like I have so many wonderful experiences that are happening in my life. Just things like the quality time that I have with the boys or with my family members. But I always feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. And I have felt like that for a very long time. It's very unsettling to me. And it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. And I think it is because I have a lot on my shoulders, and I'm always thinking about what I did and what I need to do. So, you know, without further ado, we're going to get into the Varandi palette. It does look like it's pronounced Verdandi, but I don't hear that pronunciation anywhere. So I do think it's Varandi. When Varandi is pictured, she always has wings. So it's thought that she may be a Valkyrie. And a Valkyrie is the chooser of the slain. So they are the ones that choose in battle who lives and who dies. So I'm not sure if she is the same Varandi that is the Valkyrie, but I think she is, because that kind of ties into choosing fates. So maybe that's her role. Maybe that's her jam. I don't know. But here's the palette. Now here's the palette, and this palette again is the same format as previous Oden's Eye palettes. All right, we have the shades Precious, Everyday, Say Yes and Unknown, Vibrant, and Now. Now is really cool, where it has that little darker crescent there. Not sure how that's going to show up, but we shall see. Now the highlighter that I'm choosing to use for this look is going to be the Spring of Life highlighter. It looks like this on the outside. So let's get into the swatches and then we're going to get right into the look. So we have Now. Sorry, I know we can't see that. It's almost the same color as my arm. Vibrant. Say Yes and Unknown. Look how pretty that is. So we have Everyday and then Precious. Ooh, I think there's a little bit of that vibrant shade underneath it. Let me swatch it one more time for accuracy. It still has that tone. That's everything. So let's look at the highliner. You know what I didn't notice? This one is almost like a putty. Hold on. Maybe they're all like that. Very cool. Oh, how pretty. And again, this is blue, but it's got flecks of pink, silvery pink purple in it. Let me tell you about this blush real quick. I know this is another blush heavy look, but why did I never open my Patrick Ta blush? This is Do We Know Her? It's like that terracotta one. What have I been doing for the last year? All right, y'all, let's get into this look, and we're gonna try to wrap this video up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay?
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg igen? Du vill ha icy little fingers. Då du vet det chalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Som dig baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig. Du är mitt liv baby. Aldrig titta på någon annan. Varför du med annan? Kom var med mig baby. Aldrig lita på någon annan. Finns ingen annan jag vill ha mig.
Y'all, okay. Hello and goodbye. Look at that. I like it. I don't like that. I like it. Let's close up in on this. Now, what I would like to share is that the highlight of this look for me, which I don't even know if you can see, is this Burgundy mascara, which is the ColourPop Wine and Only mascara. You probably can't tell, so I don't even know what the point is. Oh, I can tell right there. Nobody's gonna be up in my face. I don't have anybody up in my face like this. Well, except August and Marky, but they don't care. Okay, you guys, so that's the end of look number 2 with our second palette, Varandi. And now we're going to be moving into the third palette, which is Skuld. We are gonna be looking towards the future. And hopefully it's bright. Okay, you guys, if you have been with me this long, we are at the final palette, which is Skuld. Skuld is the Norn of the future. She is the youngest of the 3 Norns. And I think she was the one that was the Valkyrie that chose the slain. I thought I saw that about Verdandi, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Let's get right into it. Here is Skuld's palette. Again, this is the future, and this one is like the most whimsical, I think, of all 3. Now, this one is an all shimmer palette. So here it is. We have the shades Brilliant, we have Fantasy, Hope and Utopia, Futurism, and Dream. And all of those shade names are truly appropriate for the future. All right, so let's get to swatching. So here we have Brilliant, Fantasy. This shade right here is so pretty. And there's some gold in there as well. So I think that one's really nice. Then our next shade is that double shade, Hope and Utopia. So Hope in Utopia. Another one of those shades that's gonna be, I don't know, it's kind of sheer. So here's Futurism, here's Dream. It's Futurism, and then we have Dream. Oh, okay, Dream. A dream, a simple fantasy. Remember that song? Y'all probably don't. So again, this would be very complimentary to the others or even the mattes in the big palette. Here's our highlighter. We are going to be using the Web of Destiny. It looks like this. All of the highlighters have that putty feel. I don't know why I didn't mention that before or even notice it. So hopefully they last. I mean, it says 36 months. So hopefully they don't dry out like my Natasha Denona Bounce Base, whatever that was. Okay, so this is like, you know, iridescent pink. All right, we are, sorry about that, y'all. I said I was gonna stop the clapping. We're gonna get started with the look, putting the music on, and get y'all up out of here.
Baby, I like you. My baby, I die for you. See you, you know, see you. My baby, you know, I ride with you. My baby, I don't cover that, I die for you. I pray to the Lord, I rise to the Lord. Gonna greet the Lord, I pray to the Lord. Fatumata Jambele, everything being safe again, everything for your Jambele, oh Jambele, oh yeah. You are not a friend of me, no.
I was gonna try to use this green shade, Futurism, as a liner, but that's not gonna happen. I probably could spray it with something, but these are just, this to me is like a companion palette. You can see that like these two colors look pretty deep to me, you know, in the pan, but probably have to just build it. But this, I can already tell you, my favorite look was the Erd palette, the green one, and then second was the Varandi. This is the look. It's kind of like ethereal, you know. Let's do the highlighter first too. You might need something a little more dense to really pick it up, because it is like a cream. And I do like the highlighters. I think what was special about the highlighters is really how they look. I do have highlighters that are, you know, these colors. So they're not my favorite highlighters or by any means, but they're good highlighters. And I think the way they look is really cool, and the texture is different, you know. The other thing I think with this though, this might be one that you apply with your fingers first, because maybe it has to kind of melt in with the skin. Okay, y'all, going to get the lashes and the liner. I'll be right back so we can seal the deal. Don't even say anything. Listen, I had to do something. I did not like that look. I just felt like it was just not. So I felt like since we were going whimsical, futuristic, we was just gonna go all the way. That's what we did. Now, I know. I just was curious of how mascara or colored mascara would work on falsies. And I used my yellow ColourPop mascara to put on the lashes that I had on earlier, probably in both looks. So I'll probably be throwing these away after. But don't you think it's whimsical? Hold on. I just feel like I'm gonna take flight. I couldn't leave that look. It was just, I just not happy with it. That's why I didn't want that palette. All right, y'all. Well, y'all let me know what y'all think about these Birdie Big Bird lashes. I love it. I love it. Would I go out like this? Maybe. I might. Shoot, I might do a lot of things after this pandemic is over. Truth be told, I'm just saying. But yes, y'all, this is it for my little two-part series. This palette, like I said, is the only one I kind of was like, And truth be told, the Varandi palette I didn't need either. But I really like the Erd palette. That one, I think I said it before, the Erd palette is gorgeous. That foresty green, the browns, just that earthy look. That just was everything. I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the shades of the big palette. And but I just felt like I needed the trio of sisters. I just didn't want to not have the sisters. Overall, the collection just has so much meaning to it. It made me think about a lot of things, and that's what makes me happy to have it. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me. You know, I always really do appreciate this time, and now that I'm down to 2 videos a week, which really sucks, it's like these premieres are really, really special. I really look forward to connecting with all of you every time. And until I see you again, which most likely will be Sunday, make sure you are being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.